So if you're like me and you're a fan of Adam Carolla Show, you might be wondering whatever happened with this divorce. I know he and Lynette were getting divorced. You know, if you know anything about it, you probably know he's talked about it on the podcast a little bit, but he was married to Lynette Paradise. They, according to an article I was looking at, they were dating for about 6 years, got married in 2002. 2006, they had twins, Natalia and Santino, or Sonny, Natalia and Sonny, as he calls them on the show, and probably in real life too. And then in May of 2021, they announced that they were getting divorced, but then I haven't seen a lot about that. There really hasn't been a lot of information in the news, which I guess is a good thing. You know, they're keeping it, of course, private, but can't help but wonder what happened. How did this go? He really doesn't seem to talk about it on the show. I can't say I listen every day, but I listen a lot, and I don't know of any updates or any news about exactly what happened. I'm assuming at this point the divorce has been completed. You know, I did find an article saying why they got divorced, not really the details of the divorce, but they were saying, you know, what it said in the news anyway is that they just weren't getting along, weren't compatible. They were saying that it wasn't because of cheating or because of anything like that. And that they both Adam and Lynette were concerned about doing this because they had come from families of divorce, broken homes, not a great upbringing, so they didn't want to be doing that to their kids, but they just found that they just could not stay together any longer. So then, you know, apparently there's just not been a lot of talk about it. They've done a good job of keeping it out of the news, out of the public. I did see at one point there was an article saying that Adam Carolla was dating stand-up comedian Crystal Denha, 38-year-old TV personality. But that's really the last thing I had seen until finally I saw Wall Street Journal and then some other places picked up the article that the house, the Los Angeles home, was going up for sale. So that was like the only news I had seen recently about the divorce. I'm assuming that means the divorce was final. They probably sold the house to get the money out of it, split the money. I knew that there was news stories, and Adam had, maybe not news stories, but Adam had talked about it on the podcast about how he had a home in Malibu, bought a home in Malibu, which seemed a little odd to me given how far it is. The distance from LA is not that large, but people do own homes in both places, I guess. But it turns out that was leading up to they were separating. He started living at the Malibu house. Lynette, I think, was still living at the LA home, which, according to the My Mansion article, Wall Street Journal article too, according to that, this house is listed for $8.99 million, 7,300 square foot home, a 7,300 square foot home, and I think that's where Lynette was living. Of course, at one time they were all living there. There's a swimming pool there. And it's just funny to think of all these, you know, famous people probably were in and out of there. Anybody from Jimmy Kimmel to Tucker Carlson doing his interview, you know, all these different things going on at this house. Has a outdoor sports court, a 4-car garage, outdoor kitchen, infinity pool, a 1-acre property, and that was the place that was in La Cañada, Flint Ridge, suburban LA, like 15 miles north of LA. So La Cañada is looks like Canada, spelled like Canada with the little, whatever it's called above it, the tilde, a little squiggly line above the N, which means this neighborhood's so fancy it says Canada and they pronounce it La Cañada. So I don't know what that's about, but that's what it's called. He didn't name it. So, you know, it's La Cañada, Flint Ridge, which is apparently a pretty exclusive neighborhood somewhere outside of LA. And so that was the latest update, as I did see that this house is being sold. I'm assuming it's to sell it and split the money. Haven't seen updates on the Malibu home. There's old articles about how he had sold a prior house in Malibu, but it seems like it's been staying out of the news so far exactly which house is his in Malibu. Maybe there's a way to find that out, but I didn't see anything about it when I was looking for it online. But I think the latest update is, my assumption would be that the divorce has been completed because the house in La Cañada is being sold. And I think that's about all I can find. They're doing a good job of keeping it out of the news.